what that meant in practice, you needn't look any further than the officer of thrift supervisions which supervised Washington Mutual. After a meeting which they host in the fall of 2006, WAMU executives wrote in emails in which he summarized the regulators' positions. Their initial response was that they viewed the guidance as flexible. They specifically pointed out that the language in the guidance says "seek Schultz" versus "must" in most cases, and they are looking to WAMU to establish our position on how the guidance impacts our business practice. A Senate investigation later concluded that during the drafting of the guidance, the OS had argued for less stringent standards. It was very much in keeping with the turn the agency had taken. Under James Giller, the agency directors from the late 2001 to the spring of 2005, the OS had shirked disastrously. Ireland sharpened 20% of its staff in 2002. The odds knew while its site was to place emphasis on institutions, not the regulator, to ensure compliance with the all existing laws, including consumer protections statutes. What's more, the odds was funded from fees paid by the churches themselves, based on their sites. When Giller had taken the jobs, the odds had been, as he later put it, in a deficit financial position. Guamo's rapid growth, thanks to its employing supreme business, meant that it was becoming an ever more important source of funds for its regulators. Between 2003 and 2008, for instance, Guamo's fees represented of the agency's revenue, according to the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations. Perhaps that explains why John Rage, Gilliran replacement at odds, once described Gary Gilliger, Guamu's CEO, as my largest constituent asset-wise. When Washington Mutual executives analyzed the consequence of implementing the regulator's guidance, they concluded that it would reduce volume by 33%, so they didn't do it. As late as June 2008, and FIDIC examiner found that Guamos was not in compliance with interagency guidance on non-traditional mortgage, that it took regulators until so late in the Supreme Mates to announce the guidance can't be blamed only the odds. There was another culprit, the Federal Reserve. The Fed's mindset was on display in late 2004 piece published by the New York Fed, entitled "Are Home Prices the Next Bubble?" The answer has for the likelihood of a severe drop in home prices. Her examination of historical national home prices finds so basis for concern. Even after Bernanke had replaced Greenpeace as chairman in February 2006, in remained in spirit Greenpeace's fate. The market still knew best. The market knew better than bureaucrats how to properly price risk. Market discipline would prevent truly bad things from happening. The most important task of the banking regulators was not get out of markets way. The president of the New York Fed by then was one of Rubin's proteges from the Clinton treasury. Tim Gaither, who had risen to be Undersecretary for International Affairs while still in the 30s, when he was named to head the New York Federal Reserve in 2003, he was of 42.